What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to 8Rack live stream. Now with sound and picture again. Um, Quiet streams are probably going to be just me randomly playing Magic, not necessarily 8Rack, and that is what it is. I like to play other games, but if I'm playing them, even if I'm just playing just for fun, sometimes I'll just stream it. It don't matter. I do it for fun, so it is what it is. But there's tons of 8Rack content on here for you 8Rack fans. Don't worry about that. So, what we want to talk about today on this stream is our kind of forgotten friend, good old Asylum Visitor. We need to talk about him again. He's a solid, really solid creature. And the obvious comparisons. Yeah, the obvious comparison is to Dark Confidant. Okay, so which one do you want? Which one's better? I think, in my mind, Asylum Visitor, hands down, is the card you want. For starters, it's a 3 power. Okay, so same casting cost, and it's a 3 power. So right away, it's actually a better threat on its own. Whereas Bob is, if he's, yeah, it's just 3 damage versus 2 is pretty significant for starters. You don't. He's a threat, whereas Bob being 2 power, you can't really put him as a finisher. Same way you can't put Mutavault as an actual finisher. They help sometimes. That's great when they help, but not an actual finisher. If you're depending on that, you're in trouble. But a 3 power one, they have to answer it. Anybody will put that, like, they'll tank a few hits from Bob without giving shit, but they're not going to want to tank 3 damage. That's a bolt. They're not going to want to tank bolt damage every turn. So it's a more active threat as soon as it hits the board. So right away, advantage for active threat category, advantage Asylum Visitor. Okay, so let's talk about the most important part is like the drawing of the cards. This, you draw a card every turn, guaranteed. If it lives through your entire turn. This has the advantage of possibly going off before your opponent can rip that top deck, that path to exile. So here's the scenario: you play either one of these things, and you're in top deck mode. And the scenario is your opponent rips his removal, which always happens. So what happens? You get nothing out of this, but this it draws a card. So if you played this in a hellbent condition, it automatically is a 2-for-1 and counting up. Okay, so you've right away gotten something out of it, and you only lose 1 life on this. Also, we have now a bit of control over when we get our cards. We don't always want extra cards in some cases. So I'm just saying, it gives us if the choice is between having cards that we don't need versus taking damage every turn that we cannot avoid, I will take the ability to have control over when I'm paying life and when I'm not paying life. You see what I'm saying? So we have a bit more control over that, and the life lost is pretty minimal on Asylum Visitor. So I think overall, you could definitely say that in a vacuum, not counting trying to do stuff like turn on Death Shadow or something like that. In a vacuum, I like Asylum Visitor better than I like Bob in 8Rack. So I want to hear your thoughts on that. So you guys go ahead, replay watchers. If you put what you think, how, hey, what's up, Duck? Comment what you think of, that was not it's just something I was playing around with. I play around with all kinds of weird stuff, man. it doesn't always work. And this is one that was just didn't work out too good. It was supposed to be like some kind of combination of like an aggro eight rat, something like that, where it just it races well. It's supposed to be able to race like a burn pretty good and something like that. You trying to race them, um, but I don't know. It didn't work out so very good for me. This was actually supposed to be. Um, I didn't finish this. It was supposed to be Street Wraith. I don't know. It looks kind of like it could maybe work, but I'll put this. It's terrible. It was terrible in general. I never really got anywhere with it. Yeah, this was like I said. You see stuff. You'll see stuff on my list here. I just don't. I don't get rid of it. It's just like I said. It's like I tool around with different ideas. You know, sometimes a lot like most things. Like if you're an inventor, most of your shit does not work very well. But every once in a while, you get something that works kind of decent, and then that helps you. Um, that's the case with decks like this. You'll see a lot of weird stuff, weird things that I experiment with. Uh, yeah, at least run four of those. Yeah, that looks, I don't know, whatever, not great. I don't know what this is doing in here. Um, it still looks not great. Oh, no way. You guys can't hear me? It's a bit garbled, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, I know. I'll tell you why. Because this is, I could have fixed it, I think. Is it better now? Hey, One Wing, welcome. Cool, so it's better? Alright, good. I'll just use this then. Okay, I'll try and remember. I got the headset for a reason. Not specifically this, but it does work a lot better, so I might as well just use it. Um, yeah, but like I was saying, yeah, this is I'm not recommending these kinds of things. I just I try all kinds of weird different things, like just different angles. Sometimes I find cards that that 8-Rack can consider just by trying weird different angles or different approaches on things. Like if you wanted, like why would you want counter spells in 8-Rack? Well, if you knew for a fact you were going to fight like Tron and things like that, and you just want a blue can kind of interrupt them a little bit. You know, like you could do like I probably wouldn't run Mana Leak. I would probably run Negate here, or actually I would run Counter Swell. I'd run Counter Swell. So let's give ourselves some defense. Like we're not worried about critters per se. Like we're worried about like KCI type things, or we're worried about like non-creature threats. If I'm worried about non-creature threats, I'm looking at something like this. I don't like Spell Snare now. So a lot of this is old. Don't forget, like the meta's changed since I've been messing with stuff. This is heavy non-creature build right here. I think you could go this route with a deck like this that wants to grind out. I think you could go something like this. Maybe not 4. This looks interesting. So, but anyway, so like for example, like these are the kinds of things I like to test out. Hey, what's up, Silva? Or Siva, not Silva. Yeah, I tried out Riddle Rock. You know, Riddle never really hit off. Delve threats be better. You can't. You would think that, but we don't put a ton of cards. Like you have to really turn on those delve cards, like Angler and Tasigur and stuff like that. You need to run Thought Scour. Thought Scour is, and then that's now you're talking about devoting a whole lot of space, and you're into a whole different type of a deck. You can't just, you know, slot into your flex slot of 8-Rack. 8-Rack takes up too much space to allow for a really. You can't put too much in there. Like I'm definitely pushing it with 8 cards. I'm definitely pushing it. I had to give up the give up the Wrench Mines. That's usually what has to go first is Wrench Mine. And what goes second is your removal package. You have to cut down in your removal package. So this would be a type of a deck where it's like I'm not worried about super fast aggro like Zooey type stuff. Like the aggro I'm worried about is like Eldrazi and Bant type Knights Reliquary, whatever. Like those types of like mid-rangey big guys, stompy type guys that could be stopped by bridge. Now this looks a little bit more, playable. The Spell Pierce catches a lot of things that you hate. And people don't expect Spell Pierce right now. It's not being played. And I think people are getting really greedy with their Ancient Stirrings and things like that. And their Sylvan Scryings and etc. etc. Explorer's Map, whatever. Yeah, that's the nice thing. It's not just instant and sorcery. It's all non-creatures. So that's kind of your artifact enchantment hate right there. It's kind of built in. Annul is fantastic if you know you're fighting artifacts. Annul is actually a really great card. It's totally comparable to Disenchant, if not superior in some for some decks purposes. Anyway, like if you got a Blood Moon, shit like that, that you just know you have to get rid of it. You know what I mean? Like it'll shut you down. It would turn us into like a bad scenario if Blood Moon hit. So you have got to make sure that does not hit, no matter what. Um, Stuff like that. But yeah, I mean the sideboard needs some retooling, obviously. Dark Blast is great if you know your fight. Well, if you knew we were fighting artifacts, I think I would say Yeah. Okay. So if you want to go aggro, let's see. Wait a minute. Yeah. So yeah, I think I've talked about that. The delve, you need to devote way too much deck space to those things. They'll just be sitting in your hand most of the time, and you won't have enough delve cards to get them down. Compared to other things, like I'd just as soon play the Asylum Visitor. He's got 3 power, comes out. You can play him early, mid, late. He's always good. If you check their hand with the Thoughtseize or an IOK on turn one, and then Asylum Visitor comes down on you, like, okay, they're weak to creatures or whatever like that, and you know it's a safe play. Throw him down there, and he starts chipping away right away. You put him on a clock, he clocks them decently right away. It's one thing that 8-Rat can't do. Other than that, that's the only creature we have that we have access to is 3 power that has like a utility that we need. You know what I mean? So, uh, but yeah, he's Visitor's great. Um, but yeah, you see but yeah, back to this type of a thing. Like you see, A-Rat can be, um, in my mind, I think you can mix and match a little bit of it, and if I knew for a fact I was going to fight uh, KCI or something like that, or Scapeshift, yeah, this would be a pretty decent one to go against Scapeshift. This shuts down Primeval. This turns off Scapeshift. I don't know. You should be okay. I would think you'd be okay against Scapeshift with this. I mean, we're usually pretty good against them anyway. Anyway, other things. If you had like a lot of non-creature stuff, that's your go-to maybe. It could be anyway. I was thinking about it. Um, Tons of different versions, weird things. I tried to mix Lantern. I tried to mix Lantern and 8-Rack at one point. Um, it worked kind of okay, but my problem is I actually hate Lantern. I can't stand playing that deck. I have the deck built, but I just playing it tilts me just as much as it tilts the opponent. I feel like so bored playing it. I just can't do it. Um, this is not too bad. I think this looks kind of good for a red splash. I think. Um, I might try this. I might run this one first. And then I'll run a visitor right after. I never did try this. We were talking about this. Somebody was running something similar to this. Seems okay. Ish. I'd like a Raven's Crime or something, or a Lily would be fantastic. Grim can be cool here. He's flimsy though, so you gotta be careful. It's like that. I usually like to take the Manamorphose. The Ritual would be good too. I don't have a good hand against them right now, to be honest with you. I have a bad hand against them. I really need a Raven's Crime. I'll try and remember to open up the view box. That's not bad. That's kind of good. Why did I see Emrakul flash there for a second? Somebody check the replay. I swear I saw Emrakul just like flash in for a second. That's good. I have to go all in rats right now, I think. It's gotta be hard for him to go off without one of those little dudes. Yeah, he needs those. All we can do is hope he duds. Doesn't look like he's dudding. Are you just gonna try and kill all my little dudes, or? Oh, I'm sure he'll have like past in flames or whatever. He's killing my guys. So it's a panic move. That's okay. I can get him back with Kolaghan's. That's nice. Excuse me. He left me this guy? That was nice. Sweet. Yeah, no shit, he didn't fall for that. Just a land, but still, it's good. I think he's in big trouble. I didn't care about killing it, is why, Carver. I was only going to kill it if it was really just easy for me to 2-for-1 it. I don't care. Why? Because it's only good if he's got cards in his hand. And I remove the cards in his hand, so what is he discounting? He's useless other than that. Sweet. Eh, I guess I can do it like this. Just kill him with the Mancer. So the Mancer's cool here for this exact reason. I mean, we have no other use for our graveyard usually. So just finishes him off. So Collective Brutality is good. Now he does run those little dork guys. So I don't. What I really need more than anything else is the graveyard hate. Usually they can't ever threaten me without the graveyard. Fatal pushes hit all their dudes. Shouldn't need the terminates. Actually, I think it's better like this. I think it's best like this. Is there anything to hit with this? Nah. Hazaret. I like him. I love Hazaret. I think it's another really underplayed card in this format. Although people are playing him, I shouldn't say he's completely unknown, but he's somewhat underplayed, I think. It's a really good card. 4CC's hefty. Like, it's really hard to cast. I really need this to hit, I think. I think this deck needs a bridge in the side. Grim works fine with bridge, Rat works fine with bridge. Bridge should be in the side, probably over that Spyglass. I wonder if he rage quitted. Sometimes they do. Maybe not. That was one thing that Heroes of Newerth did good, was terrorizing and trolling rage quitters. Used to play this epic sound effect. I don't know. He may. I think he's like raged quit. He didn't do he didn't submit a deck after sideboarding, and he's not choosing whether or not to go first. Pretty sure that's a rage quit. Wouldn't be the first. Maybe I'll let's see. I want to run. Oh, see, I was trying all kinds of weird stuff, man. Bloodghast. It's a cool card in 8 rack. It just keeps coming back. So, somewhat of a clock. It's interesting. Works nice with smallpox. I didn't think I was trying to give smallpox a little bit more depth, but you're swimming upriver if you're doing that. I think. Other than Myth Realized works pretty good with him. But that's the only card I found that can give smallpox any kind of depth is Myth Realized. It's an extremely effective card, but it's also very linear. It's also aspect of it. We don't really suffer, or we don't fare well with -1 land, and we don't always fare well with -1 card in our hand. We don't necessarily want to be doing that. Just pitching what little resources we have on turn 2 always. So to ignore the fact that we do not break its symmetry is to not evaluate the card correctly, I think. It's used in Legacy where the symmetry is broken much easier. Just FYI, you know, it's way. The very first 8-rack primer video that I ever put out, the original video guide to 8-rack, which is still online on my YouTube channel somewhere. This is in there as a 4 of, so it's part of 8-rack, absolutely. You also notice that the list is quite similar. It hasn't changed all that much. I was running Bridge main deck back then. That's about it. The list is about the same. The side's different. Anyway, what I wanted to try was... Where is it? I know I had some Asylum ones. Damn, we have to use something else. This will work. This is the type of a place where I like to put Asylum Visitor. Okay, so he's just 3-3 split with Pack Rat here. This is the classic way I used to do it. Let's see. That's good. I think that should work. Alright, now we're in business. Yeah, he never came back, by the way. This cat never came back. So his rage and salt is real. I'm a little skeptical, but it could go okay. Counter target triggered. Wow. And then some of that action. I'll take the spell snare because wrench mine, so. You gotta love the picture on Wrench Mind. It's so trolly. So he pitches his bird friend. The land. Good. So he's got the remand, but I'm at the point now where I don't care. But I'm at the point now where I'm in trouble because I'm land flooded, which is exactly what I was worried about. I need a Raven's Crime rip now, big time. So presumably you remands this. Hope for the Ravens crime rep now, because I'm in trouble. Not good. Okay. Remands. I'm not being clocked very well right now, at least. I think he probably wants a little bit more of a clock on me. What does this do again? Why is this better than Monastery Swift Spear? Swift Spear? There's just all cantrips and little dudes that trigger off cantrips, I guess. Flashy guys. Seems like, wouldn't you want Delver or something instead? Okay. Oh, it's a wizard. Oh, I see. Now it comes into focus. Two for one mode. Just want to guarantee a 2-for-1. God, a Raven's Crime would be amazing here. He's in a very precarious position. This is not terrible for me. I mean, I'm losing my Lily, but there's nothing I can do about that. I keep ripping lands. That's not really helping, but all that said, his position is very precarious. Asylum Visitor Rip would be fantastic here. That's going to hit. So, straight race now. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that's just magic. Sometimes it just happens. You get the land flood. That's what it is. Still have some outs. I could get a Wrench Mine would be an out. Maybe a Raven's Crime would be a good out. I haven't seen a Raven's Crime. I am way overdue for one. Won't save me now though. It's too late. That's good. See what was coming. No, wouldn't help. Oh well. So graveyard stuff he does not like. Definitely needs it. Too much removal. Ye old Delver. dumps his snap. Wow. That's great. Feeling that land flood. Remand doesn't feel super great against Thoughtseize. See what I mean? Bunch of burn. It's not a wizard anymore. That was his rip. Two for one. Let's see if I can finish it out this time. Or if I just get land flooded again. Guess it's not too bad. It's hard. It's hard to play against this deck. Why didn't he use his other wizard lightning? That's weird. What did he do? Oh, a braided. He's just holding a wizard. Oh, that's why he didn't wizard lightning. Okay. Not a bad rip, all things considered. It's kind of like a discard. Yay. Where are my Ravenscrimes? I ask you. paralyzed. Jesus. Or how about a bridge? You know, something like that. Dude has to waste all his burns on my Mutavaults. This I can deal with. That's going to be a big problem for him, Remand or not. He wants to snap the Remand. That's what he's going to snap the Remand. It's fine. He doesn't have hard counters. I think that's the way to play it. Hey, Johan, what's up, buddy? I feel okay-ish here. God almighty. Blue black. I was showing that earlier. This is what I was messing with. Something like this to go against non-creature decks. Non-creature decks that can win top deck style, you know what I mean? Something like that. I do so many different experiments, really. Flips. With a bolt, of course it would. Damn. Son of a bitch. Obviously, it would flip with a bolt. Mm, it is what it is. That's Magic for you. I felt land flooded both games, but that is definitely Magic for you. At least we gave him a run for his money. Definitely gave him a run for his money on that one. Didn't even get to see Visitor either game. Or how about a bridge or anything? Well, I wouldn't have seen Visitor game 2. I did side him out, but yeah. I've played this guy before. I feel like he's Tron or something. Can't remember. I remember his name. Those are kind of ugly. You know, for all the money you're spending, I don't think they look very great. It goes to show you money cannot buy good taste. Yeah, this is usually the best way to go. Hooray. So he's playing some kind of, like, I think he does, what do you call it? The stupid combo with, I guess it's like a malaria combo, you want to call it. Actually, I can't remember. Whatever. Anafenza? Vizier of Anafenza, is that who it is? We got here Vizier of Remedies, that's what it is. That dick. Eldritch Evolution does not help, and then Ye Old Devoted Druid. I wonder which one I take. Do I take the Druid or do I take the Vizier? Damn. I guess I'll take that. he's gonna go get it back. What? It feels unfair. Playing his land. Must have something to play that's really important. Another Eldritch Evolution, I guess. Coco, maybe, something like that. Fuck. Well, it is what it is. Perfect draw. That can go in. Damn, he just had nice rip after nice rip. Those are the types of decks where I really like to play my green ramp deck against. Because you just go over the top of them. That's pretty good, I think.
Let's see what he's holding. I feel okay about this now. Okay. Sorry, it's kind of a tense game. I'm not really sure which way it's going to go here. I feel okay. The Bontus feels pretty good with the Lily backup and stuff. All kinds of scary shit. Weird. I see what he's doing. I'm kind of all in on Rat, so I can just let go of Lily. He doubles up. I don't want him to double up on his, he's going to double up on his kitchen finks. I just hang back. Just want to keep making more and more. Just fine, I can tank that. I'm in no danger. Glad I just tanked it. Just keep going till I can alpha strike him. It's only in my favor. I can tank all of his, whatever he swings at me with, I just tank. I'm not going to trigger his revolt or none of that shit. That was his rip, so. He's not even swinging now. It's great. He has to block here because they can be 6/6s. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, he doubles up, but it is what it is. Oh shit, what have I done? Oh, does he loop that? That's weird. That's cute. These guys together, neat. I didn't think about that. I guess I have to make a huge, gigantic army. I just have to make a giant army. Some giant angel? Oh. I gotta keep making more. Oh lord, what is this? Wait, 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 wait. Oh, fuck. No, I can't. That, he's got me. Forget it. He's got me with that shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. It reminds me of the way pod decks used to be. I hate those decks so much. Cannot stand them. Fucking Cataclysmic Gearhult. Wrecked. Alright, I need to get some breakfast, so I'm going to go do that, and y'all have a nice day. I'll probably stream some more later, though. So stay